A warm welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. I'm here with a Martine.
Yo.
What's going down?
Well, today we're getting my little Monza Blue 16 valve. We're giving it a nice little pre-sale detail today. Ready for me to put her up for sale at long last.
And what have we got to do with it?
Well, today, as you can see, the car's pretty good. It's been my baby for nearly 20 years. So we're gonna refine the paint, bring up the gloss again because it's been sat for 18 months. We'll go on to that later.
Yeah.
We're going to get all the bumpers up nice, restore all the trims, clean all the interior, just basically give it a really nice sort of final detail before she's
looks pretty good in there, but
sold.
yeah, little just finishing touches.
Yeah, yeah, that's basically what the plan is today. So we're just going to get it as clean as we can. As you can see, the wheels are pretty spotless, but we're going to give them a little bit of love. Yeah. It's going to be hard to show on camera, but the car has got sort of, you know, the odd marks here, there and everywhere. So yes. I just want to basically just bring up the paint.
If we got a torch out on this, it'd be a little bit hazy,
yeah, like you've got a bit of haze in there. You've got, you know, it just needs
a polish.
Yeah, cut and polish. It's been sat in a garage for nearly 2 years.
What are we going to be using, Martin?
Right, so today, I think what we've decided, John...
We're going to give it a quick clay beforehand, aren't we?
So we're going to clay bar it, use the wax is dead slide, clay bar it, just to get rid of any bits and bobs, and then we're going to use the Shampoo S20, which we get from the old trusty Max at Auto Valet Supplies. Little punt there, as you do. With the orange honeycomb pads, So they're the Shoal Concept, so they're not too hard. So they'll work really well with the S20 because we're not going deep on this. It doesn't need it. Yeah. We just want to bring up that luster of gloss again. And then we're going to use the solution finish, which we've used in a video previous. Yeah. So we're going to both strip all the plastics back with the Wax is Dead cleaner, the IPA. So we're going to get rid of any stuff that I've put on there over the years.
Big grease. And
clean all that up. Then we're going to go over that with this, which is
good stuff, isn't it?
It's good. It's not, you know, it's very black.
It's messy.
It is messy,
but it does work.
But it really works. And it'll bring this. So this grey here, we're going to get this nice and black again, which is what we want, a proper nice restoration. And then we're going to finish it off with the Wax is Dead Quick Cure, which is an off-the-shelf product.
It's easy to apply.
Really easy to apply. It lasts up to, I think it's 18 months. It's lovely stuff, innit? We've used this loads of times, so just give it an extra bit of oomph and a bit of protection. So that's basically where we're going to go today. Oh, and we're going to give the old seats some
fabric protection.
Fabric protection. So I'm just going to go over once we've sort of got all the.
This is new to market as well. This product. It's a slick detailer. It's really good stuff, guys. I'll put everything that we're showing here. We're going to link in the description. You've got 2 new products.
Yeah, we've got the water spot remover as well, which is brilliant for ceramic coated cars, and obviously, you know, anything really.
Yeah. So you can use that as a spray and wipe as well. So if we're prepping this and we washed it and it baked in the sun and got water spots, you can spray the water spots on and wipe them off, which is a problem in the summer, so that's quite good, especially with coatings as well. You can also use it if you had the coating on for 6 months and you get water spots.
That'll do the job.
You can't polish it off because you'll remove the coating, so you can use the water spot
and a lot
remover.
of people make the mistake where they get water spots and then they use something really aggressive on a coating, and obviously that's not good because that'll probably it degrades the coating or takes it off depending on what coating you're using. So this stuff's
designed to be used
for that and not damage the coating or the wax or whatever you're using, but obviously coatings for us because wax is dead. But so we're sort of we'll get taped up. We'll get cracking. There's a few bits on this car that I'm going to need to fickle with, but we'll go through that through the video. But all in all, we just want to get it looking as best as it can. Bearing in mind, she's 1987, it's in better condition than you and me.
What's that? 37 years old. We'll talk a little bit about the car in a second, but so let's get prepped and then we'll
do it.
Get started.
Let's go and do what we've got to do.
Okay, mine. What is this car, first of all?
It's a Mk2 Golf GTI 16 valve.
Yeah.
It's a small bumper, so it's pre-big bumper, 90 spec, being a 1987. So it's, in its time, this was a very rare colour, and obviously nowadays it's become even rarer, this car.
What is the colour?
It's called Monza blue. People get it mixed up with a colour called Capri green, but it's not. And I believe it was a fairly rare colour. I mean, now they're like hen's teeth. You don't see them for sale.
How long have you owned it?
Probably near on 20 years.
20 years?
Yep.
Oh my God. So it's a 35-year-old car?
38-year-old car.
38-year-old car. What's the mileage?
I think it's done about 115,000.
Which is pretty low for one of these.
Yeah, I'm the fourth owner on it as well.
Four
which is
owner, 115,000 mile car.
Yeah.
What about, where do these things rust normally?
Normally they rust sort of round, the main spots on one of these is round here.
Because this is solid, this car, isn't it?
So they rust normally really badly round under the lights. The petrol caps are really bad place. Again, you can see there's no rust there. They rust along here, the seals.
So this one is rot free.
Oh yeah, I mean, so when I first got this car, it was my daily driver, and then when I started getting a little bit more money, I ended up getting another car. And then this became my baby, and then this started becoming garaged all the time. And then I did the modifications. It's had so many sets of wheels, this car.
What are these wheels?
So these are quite a rare wheel. They're a BBS RS, but they're a proper genuine 4x100 stud pattern, and they're also, for people in the know, these have got what they call a Radanox dish, so they're stainless steel, so easy maintenance. Yeah. Most of these cars have the alley dishes that you've got to constantly polish that corrode.
Tell me about it.
Well,
I've got my mind.
So these are phenomenal. Always look that shiny.
Yeah.
Wash them. That's it. Done.
They don't cloud up. You don't have to polish them.
Never ever have to touch them. That's a Radanox stainless steel lip, and it's so strong. Like mega strong. Yeah. So this has got these on it, which to me is, you know, perfect wheel combo. Another thing that's rare about this car is the interior. So it's got the electric Recaros, which were a factory option, and now these are very sought after.
Yeah.
Back in the day, people were buying and selling these seats for like 250 quid.
Really?
They're best part of 15 to 2,000 quid now.
Yeah. Like
because you just can't get them.
It's like the Porsche seats.
Exactly. So being a small bumper and an early, it is a non-power steering model, so I like it. It's quite hard to manoeuvre.
It's 16 valve, isn't it, which is important on these. Tell us about the engine.
So, well, engine, right, so the reason this has been off the road is about 18 months ago I was going to a show in Portsmouth. Bearing in mind I hardly ever drove the car, and I got this massive puff of smoke come out of it. Don't know what happened. Then oil started absolutely flooding out through here, and I thought, oh God, what's happened? Anyway, loads of investigation. Took it to my friend Jeff and Boodle over in Portsmouth. They basically did a test on it. We did a big compression test and found out that it was running really bad. I
could have told you that.
Well, it had no compression. So I decided to get the engine taken out. And then we took the engine out, I'd got an engine builder in Portsmouth to look at it. He stripped it down and found out really that it was beyond repair. So I thought, right, okay, best thing to do, which isn't that easy these days, is to find another one. So I found another. Originally this had, I put a 2 litre 16 valve in this. They normally have a 1.8. So I managed to source another 2 litre 16 valve, which wasn't easy. Yeah. But not knowing what the engine was like, and me being me, I decided to get that one rebuilt. So
you needed to rebuild your engine. You bought another engine that didn't need rebuilding,
and you had it rebuilt anyway. But just for peace of mind, so while the engine was rebuilt, so this engine's been fully rebuilt. Yeah. Absolutely everything, all the bearings, rings, the head's been redone, and the head was good on it anyway. But everything's been checked. I mean, I've picked the car up. I've driven it back from my friends who did the engine for me, from Portsmouth, and it's sat here since. It needs about 250 miles to be running. I probably won't get to do that because the car will probably be gone by then. Yeah. It's running lovely now. But I just don't get to drive it, John. I don't.
So it's also, so as well as being rot-free, it's basically got a brand new rebuilt engine.
It's got a brand new heart in it.
Or a rebuilt engine like my Porsche's got in it.
Yeah, it's fully rebuilt. The car is rock solid. It's a lovely, lovely little car. I mean, back in the day, this would go to every Volkswagen show all the time. For years and years, I would go to all the big shows in it. Obviously, you have a family, your businesses take over, things change.
Yeah.
I've obviously, as you know,
you built up a car collection as well.
I've got a few cars. This car never gets driven anymore. So I've decided it's time for it to go.
Yeah, well, it makes sense, Martin, doesn't it? Martin's got a G60 and a Club Sport S, so he's got 3 Golfs.
Yeah.
So it's a case of this car, even now it's all done, it's not going to get used.
No.
So it might as well go to someone that's going to use it, drive it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, both my classic Golfs are going to go. I'm going to keep my Club Sport S and obviously keep my 997.
So G60's going as well, is it?
Yeah. So it's going to be a sad day for both of these to go because these are like part of me, but I just don't use them. They literally just sit there. Yeah. I insure them every year, which again, it's not a lot of money. Yeah. Insurance isn't, but the tax is. Like, this has gone up ridiculous amount. It's a classic car.
An extra £100 or something a year, plus the insurance premium goes up.
The insurance is brilliant on one of these because it's a classic car. You can get insured on it for £150 maximum for the year, which is
not bad, actually.
Brilliant. Yeah. But the road tax kills it for me because it wouldn't matter if I only just had one.
Was it $350 now, the road tax?
For the year, $387.
Yeah.
Which I think is a lot of money for a car that never gets, used. So for me, I've got too many cars, and when you add all the costs up of each one, the 911's not cheap. That's £735 a year to tax, plus the insurance.
So you're getting into the phase where you're maybe paying like £3 to £4 grand road tax a year for cars you're not actually using.
Plus storage.
Yeah.
It all adds up.
Maintaining them.
So every
comes
time
down to its MOT.
Yeah, I'm always MOTing them, and then they generally, if they haven't been used for a while, they're going to need a service. I mean, this car's always, because it's a car I can work on, I've been able to look after it myself through the years.
Yeah.
But it's just a car that doesn't get used
needs
anymore.
To be driven, doesn't it?
It needs to be enjoyed, and I think these have come to a point now where it's hard to find a good one. Yeah. And I know, because I've had this car a long time,
there can't
this
be
is
many
a good
of them
one.
in this colour in the country, though, can they?
No, there aren't. And one point, no one wanted little bumpers. They all wanted the big bumper 90 spec, but now this has become a car that people, want. So
I'm not sure. I don't know too much about these, but the bumper looks lovely to me.
Yeah, I mean, this car, so it's not perfect. So the next person to buy it, whoever buys it's going to need to do a few things because the headline started sagging where it's been sat. But you can buy the headlining kits for £180 on eBay.
I did it on I bought the fabric for mine for £80.
Well, you can actually buy the whole board for this.
Okay, everything. The tub as well.
So it literally just goes straight in.
Yeah.
I probably won't get the time, and I've spent so much money on it recently that
it's a DIY job. That
I'm not going to be spending any more money on this car. Whoever buys it, being that it's an old car, it's always going to have things. But
it's in pretty decent nick.
It's a very good car, and it's solid. It will go very well.
You can tell from the interior as well.
Yeah,
Martin.
it will go well because it's got the 9A, so it's got a Corrado heart in it.
And 115,000 miles on a 38-year-old car
is nothing.
Is not a lot, is it?
No.
Most of these cars are 200,000 miles, and they are, So this is a lot of money spending.
So this has also got. So what I've done, it's got a few little hidden bits on it. So it's obviously on coilovers, as you can see, because it sits so low.
Yeah.
It's on G60 uprated brakes, so it's got better brakes because it's got more power. It's always had that. So the brakes are phenomenal on it, and I've basically done everything to make it like a fast road fun car, and that is exactly what it is. I mean, it shifts even in today's standards. It's still a quick car because it doesn't weigh anything, does it? Yeah. So you've got 150 horsepower that doesn't weigh a lot. It's brilliant, but I just don't use it, John. So someone else hopefully will get to enjoy it. And
yes, so what we'll do as well, Martin, is we'll put your contact email in the description of this video. If anyone's interested in buying this car.
Might have already, it's one of them things
yes.
Unfortunately, my cars seem to sell before
the video even goes live. But I'll put Martin's email in the description of this, and and I'll put status available if it's available. Once it's sold, in brackets I'll put sold, so you know. But if anyone's interested, ping Martin an email and come and have a look and give it a test drive and all that sort of stuff. For the age, it's in really good condition. And
I mean, the engine base even in good nick really for its age, isn't it?
Yes, and not having to worry. If you're buying one with 200,000 miles, at some point you're going to need to have the engine rebuilt. This is just had a rebuild, so
everything's
like
there on this car. Yeah, everything's done on it. So
no, if you're buying an old Porsche, we were talking about this, buy one with a bloody rebuild, or else you're going to be having the engine rebuilt. Or the alternative, Martin won't agree, is buy one of these because the engines never need rebuild.
Lovely car.
Yeah, he doesn't like BMW.
No, I do like it, but this is my thing.
He's a Golf guy.
I'm a Volkswagen. You're a BMW.
I'm a Bavarian.
Yeah. So really, all we've got to do now, John, is get the trim up together.
Yes, so we're going to solution finish this trim now, and then we're going to put on the quick cure ceramic coating, and then pretty much it's done, isn't it?
We're there, aren't we? Yeah, and then leave it, put a cover on it, and see if it sells.
Yeah. So, Martin, what are the top tips with solution finish?
Don't put too much on.
Yeah.
It goes a long way. Always wear gloves because it is messy.
Yeah. Wipe it off the paint immediately if you get it on there. Wipe it off the
paint immediately. It's brilliant stuff, but you've just got to take your time with it.
Yeah.
It's not like anything else out there.
And Martin's panel white prepped this, so it's all degreased, ready to go. And it's just going to restore the colour back to black.
So that's literally all I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's probably enough to do the whole lot, isn't it?
Yeah, that'll be enough to do the whole bumper.
But the good thing about this stuff is it does last. Once you get that nice finish up with it, and it sets, it does last. I remember testing it on my 330 Ci. 6 months later, where I'd left a gap, you know, like say I applied it but didn't apply it everywhere, you could still see the bit where it was applied. So it does genuinely last, and it should do 6 months. Yeah, and it is easy. I mean, it's easy enough to work with, but yeah, because it's black pigmented, or it's got like some carbon bits in it or something, whatever the technology is, it is messy. So you just want to wipe it off of the paint before it sets. And if you put tons on and don't spread it, it can set thick like paint and then like run, which I've done on my E36 once. So you'll only ever do that once, and then after that you'll never do it again. But yeah, very good stuff. So that's the solution finish, and you can already see. So it's still wet. We can level that, but that will dry to a nice kind of finish.
The knack with this is just not to put it on too much, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you think it's not a lot on there, and then it is.
Yeah, it is. But you can see that. Look, that is what you want, and then that will just give you a black finish. And this has discoloured over the years. This is a 38-year-old bumper, so it's ideal for using it on something like that. So there we go.
So another product we've used loads is Vista, haven't we?
Vista.
But we just wanted something a little bit more hardcore.
And blacker.
On this, and blacker, yeah. Because this front bumper is a bit brown. But you can already see the difference, look. Yeah. You know. Once it's settled and we're done, it will look good.
Brilliant.
So the car's ready to go now, as far as we're ready to ceramic coat it. So what we're putting on the car today is the Wax is Dead Quick Cure. Now this is a product anyone can buy. It lasts up to 18 months, very easy to apply, and it cures in an hour.
You can do this outside, you don't
Outside, inside, yep, the humidity doesn't really matter. It's really, really easy to apply, and that is the best thing about this. And also, a lot of products, ceramics on the market, can't do everything. This will work on trim, glass, wheels, absolutely everything. And it's just easy to apply, which we're going to show you now. I'll give her a shake, because that's what it says to do. I'm going to apply a few dots onto an applicator. This stuff does go quite far. And I'm basically just going to go back and forward to start with. And then we're going to go an up and down motion, just to make sure that I don't miss anything.
You apply panel by panel, basically.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Wing size panel's manageable, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm only doing this part of the wing, just to show you. And then what we'll do, leave it for 15 seconds. So what you can see, it's hard to show on camera, but you can see the coating doing its thing. It's dispersing.
Does it sweat, does it?
Yeah, it's sort of sweating and dispersing onto the panel.
Yeah.
So we've got our...
It's ready to buff now after 15 seconds.
Yeah, basically 15 seconds, and then I'm not going to buff hard. Just a nice little gentle
Just leveling it basically.
Leveling it off, no real pressure, and I can already feel that it's really slick. And that's basically it. And then we're going to go around the whole car like that.
Yeah. And you flip cloths every so often.
So what I do is I always fold them into 4.
Yeah.
And then you just keep flipping it so this doesn't get blocked up.
Yeah.
And too wet.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's already gone on. Now we're just going to carry around the whole car. We'll show you me putting it on the wheels in a bit and the glass, and that's that really.
Woohoo!
Okay, so we've now coated the whole car. We've done the glass, some of the plastics that weren't treated with the other black plastic restorer that we had. We've done all the wheels, and we still have that much left. Obviously this is a small car, but
that much left.
Yeah, but this will do 2 normal sized cars, and it will do everything. So very good value product and really easy to apply. Check it out on the Wax is Dead website.
Yeah, and there might be a discount as well.
There will be a discount code. I'm sure we better get that sorted.
And what's this one?
So this is the next thing before she's finished. So we're just going to put the Wax is Dead fabric protector all over there, because the other day we got all the seats nice, didn't we? So we're just going to protect the seats, and she's done.
Woohoo! Okay guys, so we're done. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget, if you're interested in this car, check out the contact details for Martin in the description. If it's sold up, it's sold. It's a beautiful car. I'm really in love with the colour.
Holding on to what I knew, but the moment's gone. Where was I?